Hey guys, welcome back to another stream. Today is gonna be a bigger one. Probably not longer than the average stream, but it'll be larger scale. Because usually we're playing a random game, like a Mario game, or a random FNaF game, or whatever. Today's not like that. 2 days ago was obviously the FNaF anniversary, and we all thought we would get, like, maybe one thing, if anything. We got way more than that. We got 3 big announcements for three big like official announcements. I think something like that. I think it was 3. And then there were like a few other small fan things that are pretty interesting that I'm excited to talk about. Is there anything else that there was? Either way though, the things that were announced that are official, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to that stuff. So yeah, welcome. I should have skipped work on the anniversary. See, the thing is, if I had like a 4-hour shift, I would have just streamed after or before work, whatever the case. But I had a 9-hour shift. That's a lot of money. I spend a lot of money. I'm going on a trip with my friends in like a week and a half. I cannot afford to not have money. So yeah, I wasn't going to skip a 9-hour shift. And yesterday I had work at like 5. I would have streamed before that, but I went to hang out with my girlfriend, so that's why we're doing this today. So, the Living Tombstone song, I have not listened to that. I would listen to it on stream, but copyright. So, anyway, I'm pulling up all the news stuff that we're gonna have to talk about. There is some big stuff. No, not that. Hold on. I'm gonna open up Instagram for that one. What? No, Fred. Okay. Is it? Yeah, this one. Okay. That's open. Is that everything? There's a lot of stuff. Let me check my notes, see if there's anything else. There is a couple things, but I think this is good for now. So, before we start, what are your guys' thoughts on the news? We got a bunch. So, the first thing we're talking about is the pizza teaser, which, led to a different announcement. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it mostly in order of like how things were revealed. Like, obviously there's the whole mall thing, but the pizza teaser came first to tease the mall thing, right? So, I want to talk about the pizza thing by itself before the mall thing, you know? You got your masters? Nice. Always bet on FNaF World 2. Yup. Okay, up here. So, we knew FNaF World 2 was gonna happen. There was hints, yeah. Okay. So, this is what we got. we got this pizza teaser. And this, I think, was at like 11 a.m. on Saturday, and which was the anniversary. I had work at 1:30 p.m. So I wanted to wake up a little bit early just in case there was a big announcement before I went to work, so that if I had like an hour to spare right before work, I could like record a video on it, release it before I leave for work. That's what I was hoping would happen. There wasn't anything huge. He ate them, yeah. But yeah, so this was released. I looked at it half asleep, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Now, immediately, the first thing that was expected was that this would be a teaser that you get a new one of every hour or something. You can see each of the slices. Like, you can see where each one cuts off, right? So, some people were thinking every hour we get, like, one slice of pizza missing, and then eventually there'd be, like, a message underneath, because there's, like, that, there's something right here, like, at the bottom right. So it's like some people thought maybe there would be a message underneath the pizza. That turned out to not be the case. My initial thoughts when I saw this were, like, I expected it to be... one of my thoughts was Andrew Pizza, which is funny, but that's definitely not true. So... what my first thought was the Pizzaplex, just because in the Pizzaplex in the books it said that the layout is kind of like a pizza, so I was thinking maybe this will be like a Security Breach 2 or something, or a prequel to Security Breach, which would there's a reference to Chuck E. Cheese being made of different pizzas. Yeah, I think I heard some people say that too. I'll get to that actually. But yeah, my thought was maybe this will be like a prequel to Security Breach, and we're talking about like the pizza layout of the Pizzaplex, and it's like what it looked like before the events of Security Breach. That's obviously not what happened. But my idea was that maybe if we got like a prequel with like Tales from the Pizzaplex attractions, like maybe we could have like the storyteller's tree in it or something. But again, that's not what this was. So when I started getting ready, I wrote down a bunch of notes about what this could possibly be. I just went over some of them now. I wrote down a bunch of notes, and then I started watching Gibby's stream, because he was streaming with some friends, asking or talking about what this teaser could be. And apparently, there was like a map or something in the pizza, and I have no idea where they could have possibly found this, but they connected the map to the American Dream Mall, which is, I think, in like New York, roughly. And then there's somewhere on the map it says coming soon, or like somewhere on the pizza it says coming soon. I have no idea where they saw this, so I want to see if I can actually just do that. Yeah, okay. See, I have no idea where they saw this. I don't know if it's like really hidden around here somewhere. Where could this map have possibly been? I have no idea where they found this, because it does not look like there's anything here. It just looks like a pizza. So where's the map that they're talking about? And the fact that the actual... So obviously this led to the actual announcement that there's a Freddy Fazbear's Pizza opening up at the American Dream Mall in New York. That is a thing, right? Like, that was announced like an hour or two, like 3 hours after this teaser came out, roughly. And the blue line in the middle there, this one, is that what that is? Okay, sure. I can see kind of how that would be mapped. So let me like kind of trace this out. It's like this. There's more lines kind of going out like that. It looks like something is around there. I think it's something like this. I don't really know where the other lines are, but I think it's something like that. Okay, I could genuinely not tell. And I don't know where it is, because I think you had to, like, severely edit the image in order to see it. But apparently there's, like, the words coming soon are somewhere around here. And there was people saying that it was in a certain position to mark where a Freddy Fazbear's Pizza would open. I don't know if that position is correct. But yeah, that is what happened. I think they were speculating that it could be like, because of the Steel Wool teasers, it could be like a water park attraction or something. But that seems to not be what it is. Like, it's just a regular Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. So that was the first announcement. So we had the pizza, and then it moved on to this. The American Dream posted 27-second video tagging Scott Games, Fantasy and Fun come to life in 2027. And this is what we got. We got some lights turning on. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Better Freddy's logo than the movie, I gotta be so honest. Alright, so yeah, that's what we got. And we will be going. See, road trip. I want to go. I don't know when it's gonna happen, because it's in, like, let's go. This is awesome. You'll meet the real William Afton. There's gonna be someone that pulls up in his Spring Bonnie costume or something. But yeah, so Brad Pitt. I want to go. I don't know if its opening will coincide with something else that I might be doing. Because next year I might be going on vacation to Cyprus. Probably like in the summer next year. There's a possibility. That's not confirmed, but there's a possibility. There's also a possibility that I'll be going away for like a week with my girlfriend and her family. Again, also only a possibility. There's also a possibility that I'll go on another trip with my friends, because we are this year. So that might be the only time we can. But I don't know if I can, but if I can, and if this opens in the summer, then maybe that trip that I do with my friends next year can be going to this. But that would either be a plane ride or a really long drive. So I don't know. We'll see. That I might go, but I don't know if I can. I will go because it's permanent. So I'll go eventually, but I don't know if I'll go very quickly. But yeah, that is something that was confirmed. I'll move this over here. I'll move these over. We'll get to that one later. But yeah, so coming with a permanent location. This was the Scott Games Twitter. And also, they have a new logo for the 12-year anniversary, so clearly this was supposed to be something big. Shit, we'll get to that. So yeah, clearly that was supposed to be something big. That was an official announcement that it's permanent. It's not just speculation. Confirmed. 2027, permanent location. It's gonna stay there, which is really cool. American Dream is bringing the virtual world of Five Nights at Freddy's to life. Developed in collaboration with Scott Games, the experience will be a functional reimagining of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza designed to immerse guests in the world of the iconic franchise. I really hope, I so hope that they design it like the actual FNaF 1 location and maybe extend it. Like, I hope it's like the canon design for Freddy's. Not even just the FNaF 1 location, like the first Freddy's location. Because they're the same building, right? So, I really hope that they do something like... You know how in Into the Pit, they have it be so that Freddy's was actually bigger, but like the arcade section of the location is separated and becomes its own building, while the rest of Freddy's stays Freddy's? If that makes sense? So it's like... Freddy's was then split up into two different buildings, one being Freddy's and one being something else, right? I think it was like a laundry place or something. But so if they did something like that where they had it be the FNAF 1 location and then you have like an extra section that's not in FNAF 1, that's like an arcade or something like that, that would be really cool. The regular sauce, yeah, that is something that I was going to bring up. This right here. This is the regular sauce's Instagram. I actually follow him on Instagram, so I just got this in my feed the other day. And then I was like, why is this not in the news channel of the Reddit Discord yet? Because this is a big thing. Biggest announcement of my life, but I'm so excited to say I'm helping lead the charge creatively on Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. More to come. Make sure to keep an eye on American Dream for more updates. So, I think he reposted this. Like, I think this is another post because there's game accurate arcades. Yeah, but is there going to be like a is it going to be a game accurate building? Like, is the location going to be? We're in here, by the way. So this is the Nickelodeon or something. The area where the Nickelodeon universe is. Apparently, that's where Freddy's is going to be. That's what it seems like. So that's interesting. This is Derek, who's our 2D lead. He's responsible for new art. Go check out his work. He's killing it. Is he the one that made like the logo? I think so. I think that's what it's showing. Anyway, it's really cool. Imagine some arcades they have there actually from games including Freddy in Space. Dude, please, Freddy in Space arcade would be the best thing ever. Just like, even if it's just like the FNAF World version of Freddy in Space, but with the design of the arcade from Security Breach. And same with stuff like Mango's Quest or BB's Air Adventure. Have the FNAF 3 actual minigames in an arcade machine. That would be so cool. I would go broke just based on coins. And I have a lot of coins. I have coins right in front of me. I'm not going to show you how many, but I'm going to make sounds with them. I already have been. I have a lot of coins because I used to work the carts at I work at a grocery store. I used to do the carts a lot. I don't really anymore. Hopefully I never get one of those shifts again because they suck. But doing the carts, a lot of people leave their coins behind, so I got a lot. That I am going to use that on all the arcades. if I can go. But yeah, so that's that. So official Freddy Fazbear's Pizza coming. And I'm really excited for that. Visitors will be able to dine at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, play arcade games, experience animatronic stage shows featuring Freddy and the Fazbear Band, visit Foxy's Pirate Cove, and step behind the curtain for immersive multiplayer survival horror experiences. That's fucking awesome. You can basically play real-life FNAF with friends in real-life Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. That's so cool. Oh, God. Me and Ish and Aaron are going to have some fun with that. Oh, God. I'm gonna need all those coins for Rockstar Freddy. See, I think they said they're not trying to make a Freddy Fazbear's Pizza attraction. They're trying to make Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, right? So they're trying to make an actual location. So the question is, will they have stuff from the later games, or will it just be what's in Freddy Fazbear's Pizza? Like, would a Rockstar Freddy just be there that you can insert coins into? Or like a Candy Cadet? Or will it just be what's at the first Freddy's? Like, the stage show, Pirate Cove, the arcade, and that kind of stuff, right? It would be really cool if you could enter, like, the kitchen, and it was, like, empty or something, or you can see, like, an actual full kitchen that is, if you could enter, like, an actual full kitchen that is just the FNAF 1 kitchen that you just could never see. But honestly, realistically, the kitchen area would probably be somewhere that would be employees only, because that's probably going to be the actual kitchen. Because again, it's not an attraction, it's a real Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and logically, the customers can't go in the kitchen. So, Probably just FNaF 1, since it's the most iconic location in the series. Yeah, I do wonder, like I said, if they do like an extended version, like including an arcade that matches like what we see in Into the Pit. But specifically Return to the Pit, I think, is where it's announced. But like where the arcade being sectioned off, like where that's mentioned. So they'll probably do small little things from all over the series. Yeah, honestly, they could do a Candy Cadet. I don't think they do a Rockstar Freddy, but they could definitely do a Candy Cadet. And they could do something like the FNaF 6 minigames, like the basketball and stuff. They'd probably definitely do basketball, honestly. Honestly, I'd be very shocked if they didn't do the basketball. It's a FNaF 6 trap to get all the annoying fans. That's actually... that would be really funny. I assume they'd be aiming for just customers who recognize the look of Freddy, so assume it would mostly just be FNaF 1, since that's what most people recognize. Yeah, I think for the most part it will definitely be FNaF 1. But they probably have, like, extra arcade elements that weren't in FNaF 1. I live only 75 hours of non-stop driving away from this place. I'm so lucky. I don't really know how far of a drive I am. Not as far as it could be. I live in Canada, but I don't live in Vancouver, so I'm close enough to be able to drive. It would just be a very, very long drive. I can't drive. Initial animal drive. That's for them. That's for them to figure out. I'll pay for gas, but they can drive. It's gonna be a lot of gas. I would have to drive through the ocean. Yeah. Would suck. Well, yeah. I love this Freddy design though, because the one in the movie has like gloves on for some reason, and honestly, it doesn't look like cartoony and friendly enough in the movie. Like, it does look cartoony and friendly, but I think that this does it a little bit better. And I like it a lot. I really like this Freddy design. And just this logo design in general. He has no top teeth. As he shouldn't, for the record. Gibby says he lives down the street from this mall. That's cool. It's like near New York City. Like, it's like right next to it. Or maybe in it. I don't know how big New York City is, really. Like, I don't know if this is in... what counts as New York City. This Freddy logo is a million times better than the movie version. Yeah, I agree. For sure. Honestly, this is probably the logo that if somebody makes a PNG of this, I'm going to start using this logo in videos. Like I might as well, right? No white gloves. Yeah, why does he have the white gloves in the movie? I don't understand. The one in the movie looks more like an animatronic. And yeah, I guess this one looks more like just a character, right? Yeah. Yeah, the one from the movie looks like an animatronic, while this one looks like an actual mascot. Yeah. What I actually kind of love about this one, it's a small thing, but I love that you can see like a crease in his cheek for like his smile, right? Like I kind of like that because it makes him seem like an actual character. I feel like the actual Freddy has like something similar, but not to the same extent. Like, it's not as pronounced, right? Because the actual Freddy has like that hump on the side, but I don't think there's like that actual crease there, right? You know? We're fucked. Wait till someone commits the bite of 87 IRL. Puggo's Pizzeria is real for once. Can I become Night Guard, please? I love I love pizza and Freddy. Make Foxy, please make him how he is in the game. Don't make him fixed. I agree. Do not make Foxy fixed. Make him like he is in FNaF 1. Unless you're doing like the first Freddy's, in which case maybe you can make him fixed. Yeah, it depends how you're trying to design it. Like if you wanted to emulate FNaF 1, make him damaged. But also, you're doing Pirate's Cove. it's probably not going to be out of order, so it would make more sense for him to be fixed, you know? I don't know. I feel like either way could work. I feel like they should have both and just, like, swap him out at certain occasions or something. Maybe, like, have the... Maybe they could have Foxy be fixed on stage, and then when you do, like, the multiplayer thing, he'll be damaged. Maybe they could do something like that. Is the multiplayer thing gonna actually be, like the animatronics? I assume there will still have to be some on stage, so I'm assuming there will be multiple sets of the animatronics. But like, will there be like actual animatronics coming after you, or people in suits or something during the multiplayer experience? Or like I would assume so, right? It wouldn't really make sense for there not to be. I also wonder what the multiplayer experience is going to be. Like, is it going to be like you're wandering through halls and with a flashlight or something, or is it going to be like FNAF 1, you're closing doors, right? I would assume closing doors, but if it's multiplayer, I feel like that would be too easy. Gotta get a job at a night guard there. It'd be funny if they actually had to hire a night security guard. And then they just played FNAF 1. Real animatronics can't walk or run yet. You never know. You never know. Maybe they'll have it like Dolly. They'll have like the tracks. So they'll just like slide over. Guys in suits probably. Yeah, most likely. I would love to be that guy. Like the guy playing the animatronic. Let's get a job. Gibby should get a job there. Or just still props, like a walkthrough attraction. Yeah, I feel like it would be better to have it be actually active. But I just don't know how a FNAF 1 experience would work with multiplayer, because it's just two people standing at the doors. Animatronic shows up, boom, done. Like, I feel like it wouldn't be that hard, you know? It would be so cool to reserve a birthday party there. It would be cool. Not sure how well it'll go, though. I'd love to take a spring Bonnie suit from there for personal use. Doing a 24-hour challenge with the new IRL Freddy's. That'd be really funny, actually. And then you're the animatronic for the night security guard. You're wandering the... It'd be funny if they actually... Okay, it would be terrifying and, like, really stupid. But, like, it'd be really funny if they made it to the animatronics actually wander at night to the security office or something. Or, like, go... But, like... If you stay overnight, then the animatronics will actually come after you. That would be funny, but, like, they'd get sued. But also, you'd get sued for staying overnight, so whose fault is it really, you know? I don't know. Anyway, you guys, I think I've gotten all my thoughts out about the... in IRL Freddy's. Let me check my notes, make sure that I haven't missed anything. Oh, also, so, like I said before, people were speculating that this could be a water park because of the Steel Wool teasers. And I think there is, like, a water park at the Dream Mall, but I don't know for sure. So, people were speculating maybe it could be a water park. So, if that's not the case, if it's just a regular Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, what would the water park images be for? Like, we're going to talk about what Steel Wool posted in a little bit. We'll talk about that next. But, so that could have to do with it. But, if not, then what's the water park stuff for? Like, is it just nothing, or... Yeah, I don't know. A brothers duo and 3 other friends go there. The younger one cosplaying the crying child, and the 4 others cosplaying Mike and the other 3. That'd be kind of funny. They should have the safe room there and have it actually be off camera. That's like the break room. What's his name? Phone guy in FNaF 3 specifically says, it's possible for more of these to open around America. For example, Seattle. So Freddy has an actual franchise just like Chuck E. Cheese. That'd be really cool. Steel water park stuff is probably for the other announcement. Yeah, I'll get to that in a little bit. But so the dog animatronic there is an extra. Yeah. Anyway, that would be kind of cool. Like, just have a fetch at the prize. Have a fetch at the prize counter. Actually, oh my god, I'm coming up with so many good ideas for things they should do. Me and you guys, obviously, you suggested the dog thing, but like do a fetch at the prize counter that you can actually get. Make a make a fetch animatronic or like a small robot toy that you can control with your cell phone that you can get at the prize counter. Because in the fetch story, Fetch is at the prize counter and he's designed to sync with your phone. Do that. Do that. That would be so cool. I would get it. I would get it. IRL Lonely Freddy. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's an awful idea. Oh, God. Fetch at the prize counter says Andrew at one point, only one person here, so nobody believes them. Mention a real Midnight Motorist arcade machine. Yeah, that's another thing I think they should do. They should do some of the attractions and like the arcade machines from FNaF 6. Fruity Maze was mentioned in Ticket to Fun, I think. Right? Right? It was, right? I think it was. So that means that it was at the FNaF 1 location. Fruity Maze was at the FNaF 1 location. So at least do that one. So by extension, you should probably do stuff like Midnight Motorist. Like I said, Freddy in Space would be cool. Some of the FNaF 3 minigames like Mango's Quest and BB's Air Adventure that were arcade machines at in Security Breach. Do what else? Plush trap chasers go out of stock. It'd be cool if they had plush trap chasers. But also, speaking of plush trap chasers, they could do some of the Fazbear Frights arcade games, like the Fetch arcade and the plush trap chaser, the one with Ella and Theodore, stuff like that are in Security Breach. They make actual like arcade machines, like arcade games based on them. I think that could be really cool. Like maybe maybe that's wishful thinking, and maybe they won't go that far. Maybe they'll just have like Pac-Man, like that's fine too. But I don't know if they want to go all in. I think that would be pretty cool. You were annoyed with people saying the CU was proof that there was a fetch game coming. You mean an Into the Pit? Why? Yeah, I mean, Scott said in the Dawko interview that he wanted Mega Cat to make a fetch game. It seems like that's not what they focused on instead, but that is something Scott wants them to do. So it makes perfect sense that would be implying that. Like that's a hint that might happen. At this point, I don't think that would happen for like a few years at the very least. So I don't know if Fetch would work as a game. I don't either, but I also wouldn't have thought that Into the Pit would, and it does. Obviously, Into the Pit has a much better foundation for a game, but I think that Fetch could be worked around to make it into a game. I just don't know how it would work. Like, maybe you would be playing as, like, the people that Fetch goes after. Like, you'd play as Uncle Darren or, what's her name? The girl that he likes. I forgot what her name is. Fuck. But yeah, like, I don't know how it would work, but also Scott said that he wants it to happen, so they probably could find a way for it to work. Any other things I should do for like an IRL Freddy Fazbear's Pizza? The arcade machines, the plush trap tracers, the fetch. Uh, Candy Cadet, like I said, I think would work really well. I think the fetch is that fetch was never a threat to the main character in the original story, so they would have to tweak the story to fit the gameplay. Yeah, I agree. He plays fetch as he kills the people like those old Flash games where you play as an alien. That could be kind of interesting, but I feel like that wouldn't really be a horror game because we're the enemy, you know? Freshman game into the bad fetch attack the person in Freddy's location. Yeah, but also that doesn't seem like it's meant to be like emulating the original story. It's just like hinting at the existence of the story happening in this universe or whatever. Imagine they have new lore with Candy Kid there. That would be kind of cool. I don't think they would do that, but that would be really cool. If there is a Candy Cadet there, I want you guys to know I will probably be there for like an entire day. So if you want to meet me, find Candy Cadet. if I'm there. I'll just be putting coins into it over and over again. Give me the hidden lore. Give me the hidden lore. I mean, they don't have to give like new lore. It could be cool if they just did the lore, like the stories that he has in FNaF 6. They could also do that. Or nothing. Nothing would work too. And again, they might not even do Candy Cadet, but just for example, if they did do that, they could just do like the older stories. I'm not gonna watch the Living Tombstone song in this stream just because I don't want to be copyrighted. Because copyright is very much real. Did FNaF 6 have to happen before the 1280 story? Yes. So what we found was the fire that happened. Well, no, because the puppet was in it, and also it was said to have had something to do with one of the original Fazbear owners, hence Henry. So it was definitely FNaF 6. Captain blows up at the end of 1280. Yep, he does. Kind of. He bursts from the inside or whatever, but... The question is, does that mean his body blew up into multiple pieces, or does it just mean that, like... He was like... Like, is that what happened? Or did he... Who knows? Whatever. The pub was in FNaF 3. Yeah, but not in what we found. I think what we found could have been the FNaF 3 for the Fazbear Frights universe, but FNaF 6 still would have had to happen after that. He was involved with Henry and William. I don't think that's what it means. I think it just means Henry was the one that caused it. And that was only the map. And there's no telling whether that was instructed by Afton or Henry. Like, it could have been Edwin's thing. Yeah, it can't, but the Frights can't be in the games, but the games can be in Frights. Or some of them, at least. FNaF 6 definitely is. No, I think Frights definitely is part of, it is in the same timeline as Tales, but... technically it's possible they're not in the same timeline. I just think it makes more sense that they are. Especially just because there's so much emphasis on the FNAF 6 location in Frights, and then Tails picks up from the FNAF 6 location being renovated for the Pizzaplex, right? So I feel like that just does make a lot of sense. Like, for them to be tied together. Like, for one to lead into the other. Anyway, I think we should move on now. And we're going to talk about the Steel Wool thing. So, the Steel Wool. Steel Wool. What the fuck, man? Whoops, didn't mean to show that already, but you guys have seen it for sure. So, my question going into this was Steel Wool going to post anything? And the answer is yes. They posted two things. They posted they reposted this stuff. They posted this. Happy 12-year anniversary, Five Nights at Freddy's. 12 years of animatronics, pizza, jump scares, lore, flashlights, games, music, fan art, videos, secrets, theories, community. Which one made you fall in love with FNAF? And that's what was this one? Was it in MCM? Yeah, it's the theater, I think. But yeah, that was 2 days ago. This one was Happy 12th anniversary, or 12 years, 12 days before. What's it called? You know what I'm saying. Anyway, so this is the FNAF 1 hallway. You see Freddy at the end of it. Is this the left hallway or the right hallway? If it's the left hallway, this is the supply closet, and Freddy only goes there when the lights are off and the lights are on. And if it's the right hallway, then that's the office, and it's way too close to the party room. Anyway, this artwork doesn't make sense, Steel Wool. You're wrong. Anyway, so this is what they posted. And then they posted one other thing. They posted this thing. One of these. They've done these a bunch recently. They've done how fast can you identify this Five Nights at Freddy's character. So which ones have they posted? I think this is guess the location. I think this was sister location. No, this was MCM. I think they did a sister location one before this one. But then there was the spot the difference ones, the NDA mints. There's this one. I think it's Party Time Chica. Yeah. And then after that, we got this one the other day, which was the location. And then we got this one. How fast can you identify this Five Nights at Freddy's character? So the question is, why did they post this for the anniversary? Well, they're teasing something, clearly. Because you watch it, and it's Vanny. However, right at the end here, there's a glitch, and you see another like glitchy Vanny design right here. And this design looks really cool. In the eyeball, you can see a 2 in the security breach font. Meaning, this is teasing either a security breach 2 or a ruin 2. I'm gonna be honest, when I saw this, I didn't know the 2 was there until somebody pointed it out in the comments, and I still didn't see it. Maybe I'm just blind. And then I watched, whose video did I watch? I think I saw Raito's short. And then it was mentioned there, and I saw it much more clearly there. But yeah, this is a new Vanny design for a security breach or ruin 2. I want to go back a little bit because I want to show you guys the glitches that we got. So this is like the design for this new Vanny. This new Vanny design looks freaky as fuck. Yeah, it does. So still has the white. No, don't copy the video address. It still has the white mask and stuff, but the body is like black and skin tight. So people have been speculating that this could be what the water park is for, and that this could be like a wetsuit or something, right? I don't know if that's what it's going to be. It could just be a new design in general. But that is definitely a new Vanny. However, the question is, who is this Vanny? Is it Vanessa? Is this Vanessa? Because she was cured as Vanny, right? So, yeah, at the end of Help Wanted 2, Glitchtrap was destroyed, but Vanny still existed. So, is it that she's still Vanny, but not under the control of Glitchtrap, just under the control of the regular Mimic? Because that would kind of go against Princess Quest saving her, right? And if that's not the case, then does that mean that the mantle of Vanny is passed on to, say, Cassie, right? The thing that makes me skeptical of that, I'm not going to say it, but you understand what I mean. So unless this is like 10 years later, I doubt it. If that would make sense, though, like theoretically, for it to be like Cassie has the like at the end of Ruin, there's the Brazil ending. So maybe like she ends up getting like possessed by the Mimic, and then she could have the Vanny mantle passed on to her. That's something I thought could happen for a while. That could be what this is. I hope to God it would be a fucking time jump. Otherwise, I'm concerned by Steel. But yeah, so the design overall looks really cool and really creepy, especially the mask. It's all white and there's like black around the eyes. What if there's multiple Vannies now? Yeah, like MatPat's original theory of like the cult of Glitchtrap, where like maybe multiple people could have the Vanny thing. And the proportions make it clear that it's an adult, so Vanessa, I don't think it's necessarily a wetsuit, it's just a Vanny outfit prior to being completed. It could be, yeah. Or just like, it could be a prequel, like you said. Was it you that said that in chat? I don't know. Yeah, it could be a prequel. Maybe, it could be a prequel that talks about what I talked about in my recent video, where it's like, it could be the teenagers game, where, where they're under the Pizzaplex. They're... Did you just say twin sister Vanessa? Mods, can you mute this guy? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it could be a prequel where you're getting more stuff about Vanessa. You can maybe have stuff about Gregory and how he got possessed by Glitchtrap. You could have the teenagers thing where maybe Vanny assisted with like getting them down there or something. Maybe they could have it be like not necessarily not all of them are teenagers, maybe the ages vary, and then she's one of them and she lures them there, kind of like what we thought, kind of like what some people theorized Kelly's role would be in Tales, like how she was kind of like sketchy sometimes. So maybe it's possible that Vanessa could be among the teenagers or whoever is going down there, and then she could be luring them there, like how it was Kelly's idea to go to the pizza place in general, right? It could be something like that, or it could just be like early days of the Pizzaplex. Like I said earlier, it could be like the pizza design, like the original design for the Pizzaplex. If the Pizzaplex was ever designed the way that it is in Tales, like before getting renovated or whatever, maybe have a storyteller's tree. So you could have stuff like that in this game. It could be a prequel, or it could be, like I said, but like I said earlier, it could be the water park game, where there's like a new water park. It probably after the Pizzaplex shuts down, they're like, shit, we gotta open again. And somehow they manage to. They open a water park, and then this new Vanny, whether it's still Vanessa or if it's Cassie, hopefully years later, and it's like, now she's killing people there for some reason, you know? But if that was the case, then that would kind of skip what happens in Ruin, because it would. She has a knife in this design, so she actually have a knife in game this time. Hopefully. But I think she had one in the Security Breach teasers too. I don't know. Anyway, if this was a sequel, it would skip over the ending of Ruin. It wouldn't show Cassie escaping, right? So, if we don't see Cassie escaping, then we probably wouldn't get, like, the underground sister location stuff, so maybe we would get that in a teenager's game. And going to MCM, to sister location, all that stuff. So we wouldn't get that for a Ruin sequel, because if this is a sequel, this is kind of skipping over that. Unless we go further into the future, and then we backtrack again to the end of Ruin, but I feel like that would be kind of weird, you know? So, if they're not telling us what happened to Cassie, then to me, that would suggest maybe the Brazil ending is canon, and she was possessed, and she is the new Vanny. Because if we're skipping over how she got out, then maybe that's because, maybe that's because she has a different role now. Like, she's not going to be the player character anymore because she's now the villain, you know? Otherwise, why would they skip over her? Unless she's just dead, right? Which, again, would be weird. Water park is built over Fredbear's. Would be stupid to give her an FK just to take it away. That was one of the complaints for Scary Breach. Yeah, maybe. It could just be like Vanny now exists separately from the Mimic. Or at least separately from Glitchtrap. Like, it could still be like a version of the Mimic. Could be equal to time jumping Cassie getting revenge on Gregory. Yeah, maybe. I think it following the Brazil ending would make the most sense, just because that's the ending where she kind of gets taken over by the Mimic. The Mimic stole Cassie's mask. He's going around as Vanny now. I love how we're still calling it the Brazil ending. What else are we going to call it? That's what it was called in the files. In 5 years, we'll be saying, remember when this teaser was all we knew about Security Breach 2? Yeah. Is Vanny being a separate entity from Glitchtrap an old idea? Because I've been seeing more and more people bring that up since this teaser. Well, at the end of Help Wanted 2, we see Vanny destroy Glitchtrap, and then she goes off into the darkness. But after Glitchtrap dies, she's still Vanny. So, it kind of seems like maybe Vanny still exists after Glitchtrap dies, whether it's because someone else is becoming Vanny, or if maybe just the Mimic, like a version of the Mimic that is separate from the Glitchtrap virus, maybe that version of the Mimic is still possessing somebody, whether it's Vanessa or Cassie, or someone else. So yeah, it's basically just, like, she still exists separately from Glitchtrap, so maybe she exists, just without him because of the Mimic, or just because someone else decided to continue the mantle or something. Maybe it's like a hint at, like, Afton's legacy lives on even after Glitchtrap is destroyed, you know? I wonder if Scott will tell Seal the story this time. He definitely will. At least, like, the higher-ups, like Ray McCaffrey and, like, Evan Lampy, J-Top, they'll definitely know. Well, yeah, I agree, but just the fact that she stays as Vanny. Like, it's not Vanessa destroying him, it's Vanny, right? Maybe it's a wild card, but maybe it's Tape Girl here. It could be. Like, it kind of would explain where she went, because she kind of just vanished. If I see one person in chat say that Vanny is Tape Girl, I swear to God. Wonder if we won't know the identity until the end of the game is a big reveal. Honestly, probably. I think that Tape Girl is Phone Guy's daughter. Don't remember her name. Capelia. Okay. I will say, I don't know exactly when, but all three of the Jesus Christ, all three of the big announcements that we got for the FNaF anniversary, this one, the FNaF attraction, and the next one that we're going to talk about, FNaF World 2, obviously, I'm probably going to make a video on each one, like one video per announcement, just because there's so much to talk about. I mean, that's why we're here right now. We're talking about what they could be about. So, you guys suck. But yeah, I'll probably make videos on each of them. Probably over those will probably be my next 3 videos, just like one of each. I'll probably do the security breach one first, then the FNaF World 2 one, and then probably the mall one. By then, maybe it won't be relevant anymore, but don't forget Phone Guy's nephew, Phone Dude. Hold on a minute. I have no idea if this is true. Honestly, it probably isn't, but I was just looking at Discord, and some of my friends were saying apparently on the official Fortnite Discord, there was the official Fortnite bot had like this. I don't know how the Fortnite bots work, but apparently there was like a text saying "survived the night" or something. So people are speculating that that's FNaF or something like that. I don't know. Maybe we're getting Fortnite FNaF. Who knows? Yeah, she looks really creepy. Her teeth are giant. Security Breach was first teased 5 years after FNaF 1 release, and the Security Breach sequel was first teased 7 years later. Like 7 years after the first Security Breach teaser? I guess the first one was in 2019 and it's 2026 now. Yeah, that makes sense. First coming to Fortnite. Realistically, probably not, but maybe. It might be. When do you think it'll come out? Like Security Breach 2? Probably next year, if I had to guess. I would guess all of the... I would guess every announcement that was made will probably be next year. I doubt we're getting this game by the end of the year. I doubt we're getting FNaF World 2 by the end of the year. And obviously the next... Sorry, the Real Life Freddy's is going to be next year, too. So, I think everything's probably going to be next year. I have a question. You know what? Actually, just give me a second. I'm going to check. Why does it still say 2026, and why haven't we got an update on it? Is it canceled or not? I just need them to say something about this. Is it canceled, or is it not? Is it still coming out this year? Because it still says it's coming out this year, but we've heard nothing. Where is it? Where is the news? Tell me where the news is. Tell me if it's canceled. Tell me if it's not. Just give me something. Give us something. We need to know. We just need to know whether it still exists or not. Just tell us. It's not that hard. Just tell us. Just tell us. Just tell us. Just tell us, Click Team. Just tell us, FNaF. Just tell us. Tell us, Scott. You got this. You can do this. The game was announced 2 years ago. The game was announced 2 years ago. Evan, it's August. Yeah, 4 months until the year's over. They teased 2 to 3 months prior to release. Yeah, but it's only 4 months left, and there's rumors that it's canceled. So is it canceled? Is it canceled or not? I feel like we should know something by now. I feel like we should know. There's something we should know. This is something that should be told to us. We should be knowing this by now. Just saying. Where the fuck is the news? Alright, well, whatever. Comes out December 31st, 2026. That would suck. This game is sponsored by Fazbear Entertainment. I think it's possible this is the game. What? Cancellation thing was back in January, if I recall correctly, or February. People talked about it in June, and then it was supposedly said to be a misunderstanding. Who knows? Yeah, the fact is there's been so many people saying that it was canceled before that one guy said it at all. Like, people were speculating, there was rumors of it, and then that guy said it. So it's like, was that true and he just heard it from them? Or is it still alive? In which case, we should be told that it's still alive, just because everybody thinks that it's canceled. And if it is canceled, we should just know that, rather than it still saying 2026 and still existing on Steam, right? That just feels weird. If you want to delay it indefinitely, that's fine. But, like, just tell us if it's canceled or not. Do we talk about, is it time now to talk about FNaF World 2? I think it's time. Alright, guys. Mega Cat posted this. Just out of nowhere, by the way. I don't even follow them. Let me follow them. Just out of nowhere, they're doing their own thing for so long. They've really been doing their own thing. Like, after Into the Pit, they've released a lot, or they've been working on a lot of stuff. Cats. I like cats. That's a very cute cat. But they've been just doing their own thing. Out of the blue, FNaF World 2. What the fuck? Like, so clearly this is the 2 that Scott was talking about. Obviously. It could have, honestly, it could have been either this or Security Breach 2. It could have been either one. Also, just side note, they should not name Security Breach 2 Security Breach 2. It should have its own subtitle because, fuck you, go away. Because why would it be called Security Breach 2? Like, Help Wanted and Help Wanted 2 makes sense because they're the same type of game. But Security Breach and Security Breach 2 would not make sense because why is Secret of the Mimic not Security Breach 2? Right? Because they kind of play the same way. In that they're free roam. My point. Like, if Security Breach 2 is in the Pizzaplex and you have just and you're just unlocking doors and stuff the same way you did last time, you have a Phaser Blaster and a Phaz Cam, sure, call it Security Breach 2. If it's just a free roam game, it's not Security Breach 2. It's just another game. It does not need to be called that. It depends what's in the game. If it plays just like Security Breach, then sure. But if it's its own thing, then it should not be called Security Breach 2. Anyway, this is this is what they posted. It's a giant 2 with FNaF Adventure animatronics in it. So the animatronics we can see are Mangle up front, Chica, Freddy, Foxy, Bonnie, the Puppet, and Balloon Boy. So what's interesting about this? Like I said, this is the sequel that Scott was talking about. He said in the Doco interview that he was thinking about making a FNaF World 2 at some point. So a lot of people speculated that this was that the 2 was the FNaF World 2. And that the 2 was the FNaF World 2. And that Scott was making it. But apparently Scott changed his mind. Because he said that he would want to make it, probably. But now Megacat's making it. He also said that he wanted Megacat to make Fetch next, but then they made this instead. So it seems like he changed his mind about a lot of stuff. Megacat made Into the Pit, so I feel like, although they're very different styled games, I feel like that kind of is... It's kind of fitting for them to make FNaF World 2. I think they could definitely pull that off. But yeah, I think this could be really good, and I'm really excited for it. I hope it comes out sooner rather than... Holy shit, I didn't even realize what you guys were talking about. What is this? Fuck. Anyway, but yeah, I think they could definitely do a good job with it. What's weird, not weird, but like what's interesting is this little teaser has FNaF 1 animatronics, Mangle, Balloon Boy, and the Puppet. Why? Because it has been almost 11 years since FNaF World came out. It should be playing. It's been almost 11 years since FNaF World came out. By the time this game comes out, it'll probably have been 11 years. Almost as long of a wait as GTA 6. But since FNaF World came out, we've gotten so many new animatronics. We've gotten the Sister Location animatronics, we've gotten the FNaF 6 animatronics, we've gotten Glitch Trap, we've gotten the Glamrock animatronics, we've gotten the Secret of the Mimic animatronics, we've gotten the Mimic and all that stuff. We've gotten so many new animatronics. This teaser's only showing the FNaF 1 and 2 animatronics. So the question is, will it end up having the later animatronics, or will it only be the original animatronics, but reworked in a way that it's like a sequel to the first game, in that they're the only characters? Right? I think it makes a lot of sense that they would do either one. It makes sense that they would have like some of the later characters and just tease these ones. That's fine. Like maybe they're only teasing these ones. That's fine. That makes sense. But just the fact that they didn't tease the other ones makes me wonder if there will be other ones, you know? Like, there probably will be more animatronics than were in the first FNaF World, but I don't know. Maybe it, like, they will 100% add new characters. They probably will, but it's just interesting that they haven't shown any of them. Like, I feel like showing, like, a circus baby wouldn't, like, confuse people. Like, I feel like people would be like, oh, okay, circus baby's in this game. That makes perfect sense. It's been 10 years since Sister Location came out in October. So, yeah, I feel like it makes sense. Hey, Ernesto, how's it going? You need your Rockstars? Rockstars would be kind of cool. But yeah, so This is definitely the highlight of the day, honestly. I'm genuinely more excited for this than I am for Security Breach 2. And not even, like, a little bit. Like, it is a landslide. I am way more excited for this. FNAF World 2 is the continuation of Scott's story after he made Baby. Yeah, I feel like the Fun Times would actually fit really well. Oh, nice. Happy birthday. I think the Fun Times would fit really well, considering Baby's tease at the end of the last game. Could they go further than that? Definitely. I think the Mimic could definitely be in it. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if, like... See, the thing is, I'm curious about whether or not it will be canon. Because the first FNAF World was canon, and Scott said that he regretted that. But now, in the more recent games, he's kind of embraced, like, the sillier games having some lore, if that makes sense. Like, I think Fury's Rage was obviously, like, a joke game, but there was, like, a lot of, like, small lore hints throughout, right? So, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, he was kind of embracing that, and he decided, maybe we can add more lore in this game. You should play FNAF World. Report this on your head. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Just personally for me, FNAF World is top 3 FNAF games, and I don't think it's 3. Where did I put it on my tier list? I think I put it as 2nd place. I'm trying to pull up my tier list, but it refreshed on the tier maker, so I have to make a new one. Or no, I don't have to make a new one, but I have to go find the actual stream. All the FNAF games. FNAF game tier list. There we go. I don't give a shit about my home feeling clean. That's a lie. I do actually. All hail the great master of lore, Bounce Pot. If Bounce Pot's not in the game, I'll be disappointed. Yeah, I have FNAF World. That's my 2nd favorite FNAF game. The order of each FNAF game for me, like my ranking, is Help Wanted 1, FNAF World, FNAF 6, Help Wanted 2, Curse of Dreadbear, Ultimate Custom Night, Sister Location, Ruin, Into the Pit, Security Breach, Secret of the Mimic, FNAF 1, FNAF 3, FNAF 2, FNAF 4, FNAF AR. So, is that 16 games? Or 11? Wait, what? How did I... It should be 11. Well, I feel like I counted one of my hands twice. Did I? No, I think I just started the extra one on this hand. No, okay. That was 11 games. Wait, is it? No, it's 15. It is 16. I'm stupid. I can't count. For some reason I was reading this as I was reading the S and A tier, which had 5 each. I was reading that as 5, and then B and C is a total of 5. So for some reason I thought it was 10. I'm stupid. It was 16. 16. FNAF 1 being that low is criminal. No, I just love them. I love all the games, except FNAF AR. FNAF 4 is in C tier, and FNAF AR is in F tier. And I still like FNAF 4 a lot. It's just one of my least favorites, but that's like, it's still great. And FNAF 1 is in B tier, which is good. How is there so many messages in chat? I've been looking away for like 5 seconds. Okay, more than 5, but still. It would be weird for it to not have lore given have flip side like the newer AR stuff feels. Oh yeah, and I've made a lot of theories recently about like the arcade conspiracy and having FNAF World be connected to that. My most recent theory is actually largely about that, but it came out like right around the time. Actually, it came out at the exact same time as this announcement. So I think that made the video perform worse because people were more focused on this. So yeah, I think that video didn't do as well as it could have, but if you guys haven't seen it yet, you should watch my most recent video. It's about some things that I've talked about in recent videos, but like in some of my recent videos, so you don't have to watch it, but like it kind of ties everything together, and I think I make some pretty good points, and I like the idea. So yeah, remember Bout Spot caused the bite of 87? Absolutely. Did you watch Brand New Day? I did. It was fantastic. FNaF 1 being the lowest criminal. I read that already. Pizzeria Simulator was third or fourth. Third. Shut up, Freb. Play Deltarune for next stream. I will not for a while. You hate that game? I'm still gonna stream it at some point, just not next. Definitely not next. I'm focusing on Mario right now. But yeah, so that's my question. It's like, FNAF World 1 had lore. Scott regretted that. Then, what's it called? Freddy in Space 2 seemed like it had a little bit of lore. And Fury's Rage seemed to have some lore. So it would make sense for FNAF World 2 to have lore. Especially since FNAF World 1 had a lot to do with, like, FNAF 3's minigames, and seemingly the Mimic. Maybe it wasn't fully planned. It definitely wasn't fully planned back then, but I think the concept of a mimicking technology existed back then, and I think that FNAF World was partially about that, just not, like, the focal point of it, right? So, if now the Mimic is the focal point, it would make sense that for FNAF World 2, the Mimic is involved, and it is a canon game. That's how I view it. I don't need it to be canon to enjoy it, but you should do Subnautica before Deltarune. I might. You finally watched Brand New Day at Speak? Absolutely. But I want... I would like there to be lore. I don't need there to be lore to enjoy the game, as long as it's a good game. And I know Scott doesn't really like how FNAF World turned out. I really hope this game plays like the first FNAF World, because I love the first FNAF World so much. If Lawless Access in World 2, it will be peak. Honestly, would not be surprised. You need it to be canon to enjoy it? I don't. I love it. I'll still love it as long as it's good. If it's better than the first FNAF World, there's a strong possibility it will be my favorite FNAF game when it comes out. Because FNAF World 1 is my second favorite FNAF game, so if it's better than FNAF World 1, it will be at least second place. Imagine you open FNAF World 2 and the yellow eyes do an epic return. Please! Please! Please. For the love of God. Please. This is why... Okay, see... I always switch to, to this screen. Like, I have this screen, and then I have this screen, which shows what's on my screen. I will always... open my desktop and open the game for the first time on stream, just in case there's something like that. And that only really ever happens in FNAF, and not always in FNAF. But I still am never willing to open any game ever before streaming it. Well, okay, not any game ever. Like, some games are fine. But most games, if I'm like doing a game on an emulator, then I will open it before stream just to make sure it works. But like a game that I've bought on Steam or whatever, for the most part, I'm not going to open them until I've opened them on stream. The first time I open them, it will be on stream. That's a little risky because sometimes the game breaks and it doesn't work. But yeah, always need to do that now. So when FNaF World 2 comes out, I am doing that, and no one can stop me. And that's one of the games where I think it might actually pay off, because there might actually be something there for the first time you open it. Because FNAF 6 had that, and FNAF World had that, and Sister Location had that. So it's like, where it's like the first time you open it, you get something that happens, like a cutscene or something, and then that never happens again. So you only have the one opportunity to do it, right? Imagine if FNAF World 2 continues the mobile port of FNAF World and not the PC port continuity. That'd be kind of funny. Bounce Pot. That's where Bounce Pot was set to do the Bite of 87, right? In the mobile version. Is it like an Android version, or... I'm curious whether Security Breach 2 is a sequel or a prequel. I'm still wondering if we'll learn what happened with the Mimic, both M1 and M2, between Secret of the Mimic and Help 1. That's the gap of time we know nothing about. Yeah, I don't know. We might. I still stand by the opinion that the Mimic is not a retcon, and that it's not that he disappeared after Secret of the Mimic. Instead, the Mimic has always existed to some capacity. It was just never the focal point. So its existence is an explanation for stuff that already happened in the past. So, like, I think that the Fredbear plushie, regardless of who the final speaker is, I think that the Fredbear plushie and the Fun Times, they have Mimic technology in them. So the Mimic's existence is kind of an explanation for those. So the Mimic would have just been grabbed by Fazbear Entertainment, and then that technology is then used for their other stuff. So the Mimic doesn't just disappear. It existed before we knew the Mimic existed that early in the timeline. So we don't need an explanation for what happens after Secret of the Mimic, because Secret of the Mimic is more of an explanation for what happens before FNAF World and 4 and Sister Location and stuff like that. So that's how I view it. But I do think that there is some stuff like before Help Wanted that we should get. Maybe not before Help Wanted, but like there was an origin teaser for Help Wanted. Yeah, but I mean, like, I think that learning about what happened to the Mimic endoskeleton and why it's under the Pizzaplex in ruin, stuff like that, that would be really cool to see. Having a game about the teenagers from the epilogues, but for the game's timeline instead, I think that's a great idea. And I really, really hope they do that. I think that would be such a cool concept. You know, they don't even have to do like a full single-player game for that. They could do it kind of more like it is in the epilogues, where it is multiple teenagers, and have it be a multiplayer game. Or, better yet, this is an idea I came up with the other day. This is my pitch for a teenagers FNAF game. It's not a game. It's Chapter 2 of Dead by Daylight. The Mimic, it takes place under the Pizzaplex. It is canon. It takes place in the pizza place. You're a bunch of kids that go in. The Mimic is the enemy, the stalker, or whatever, the monster. And you have the pizza place, and you have the locations underneath. So you don't need to visit that in a Ruin 2. You can visit that in Dead by Daylight, and it is canon, so you can have lore in there. So then, in that case, you get to explore down there, and you get a multiplayer experience to have that teenager's plot line fill the gap of what happens before Security Breach, and how the Mimic is down there and all that stuff. So, like I mentioned in that video that I released a couple weeks ago, that part 2-ish of the Mimic storyline, where Secret of the Mimic is part 1, the Mimic story, and Security Breach and Help Wanted and all that stuff, that is part 3, the storyteller. We don't have a part 2, which is the epilogues. So this, a Dead by Daylight chapter, would fill in the void of having that teenager's subplot, and also having it be accurate to the books, where it actually is a group of teenagers, and you're all working together to survive the Mimic and escape. And you can still have the generators thing, but they're scattered throughout, like, underneath the pizza place. You have it be a giant map where you have the pizza place, you have adjacent rooms, you have connectors to go down into Sister Location and MCM, or what's left of them, and then you can have generators there, so that you have to go all over the place, and you can find and explore those areas. That is an idea that I had the other day, and I thought it was a really cool idea. So yeah, that's just something I wanted to suggest. This is a very passionate idea that I came up with. Maybe, but like, I think you could kind of do something with that, or like have that be an implication of this did happen in the games. You're not seeing how it happened in the games, but you're seeing like a version of what happened in the games. So that could be like a hint. Oh yeah, this teenager subplot did happen in the games. This isn't exactly that, but this is telling you how it happened. Or again, they could do like another game, like kind of like Secret Neighbor or Project Playtime, where you have like a multiplayer game with the Mimic as the main enemy, and you have to survive in the pizza place and the adjacent locations and the locations underneath. How are things? They're going good. Stream's going well. How has it only been an hour and a half? I feel like it's been longer than that. Because we've gone over pretty much everything so far. All the official announcements. There's a couple more things that I do want to talk about, but we've gone over all the big stuff. I'm going to take a small break and go to the bathroom, but I'll be back in like 2 minutes. So. Alright, I'm back. I think I'm good. Like, I think we've gone over pretty much everything we need to for these big announcements. So, I want to move into some of the more minor stuff. Not minor exactly, but like stuff that like I don't need to do because it's not official stuff, but it is helpful. Like, it is interesting enough to talk about right now. So, before we do anything else, I want to actually watch FNaF's teaser analysis video. because I'm actually really interested to see like what other people are saying about this, because I haven't seen really anybody talk about it except Rytos talking about the American Dream Mall thing and the Security Breach 2 thing, like, and FNAF World 2. Like, I only really watched the video, like, they're short, so I haven't seen much of people talking about this stuff, so I want to see what he says about it. It's an 8-minute video, so it won't take too long. Oh, that sucks. Well, maybe it's good, but, like, that's, probably pretty hard to do. So excited to see a live stream. Have you ever watched a live stream of mine before, or has it just been a long time? I know I've seen you in, like, comments. I feel like I've seen you in stream chats before. Okay, well, this is what we're watching now. He looks very excited. This is an 8-minute video, so we're just going to watch this, and then we're going to move on to some other stuff to talk about. So, FNAF Security Breach 2 and FNAF World 2 teaser analysis. So I just want to see what he says about this.
I cannot believe I'm saying this, but we just got teasers for FNAF Security Breach 2 and FNAF World 2. Happy 12th anniversary to Five Nights at Freddy's. Let's dive into these teasers for FNAF Security Breach 2 and FNAF World 2 on the same day. Let's start off with FNAF World 2. And as you can see, Mega Cat Studios comes out of the woodworks with a teaser for FNAF World 2. As you know, Mega Cat Studios made the Into the Pit game, which was widely loved by the community. It's a fantastic game, and at the end of that game, they kind of teased that they were going to make a Fetch game, which is the next story in the Fazbear Frights books. But it looks like
one of the next stories.
Their time working on FNAF World 2, which is crazy. So this is
and Scott said he wanted them to make
Fetch.
Fetch.
So as you can see, it's a giant
That's
number
kind of why
2
people thought so.
With the adventure animatronics inside of it. You can see Adventure Mangle right here. You can see Balloon Boy with his balloon sign. You can see the puppet right here. You can see Mangle's other head. You can see the core 4 animatronics, and it looks like that's it for this teaser. But I cannot believe
I think I heard people say that, like, at the bottom of the 2 there's like really faded text saying FNAF World. Like, oh yeah, it's right here. FNA. It's like really hard to read. But there's definitely an FN right here. So I think it says FNAF World and then the big 2, right? So yeah, I think this is the R right here.
Making FNAF World 2. Scott said in his interview with Daco that FNAF World was kind of the last chip on his shoulder. It was the last thing he wasn't really happy with, that he would love to go back and take another swing at.
Yeah, you know, if I could go back and change one thing, I wish I could maybe work with a different developer and just really make it a high-resolution game. Who knows? Maybe somewhere down the line, if I get really antsy about it and have a lot of free time on my hands, maybe FNAF 2 or FNAF World 2 might be.
I guess he did say he would get another developer. Maybe I was just misremembering, but I feel like I remember him saying that he would make FNAF World 2, but I guess not. I forgot that he mentioned maybe working with another developer, but it makes sense, yeah. I feel like I'm seeing a very faded golden Freddy at the bottom of the 2. The bottom right? I don't see that. Maybe, though. I don't know.
Time to get FNAF World 2 going with Mega Cat Studios. I have no idea what the story could be for this game. I don't know if it's going to be a prequel or a sequel to the first FNAF World. Is it going to be a self-contained story? Is it going to be connected to the current lore in the Steelwool games? Like,
I would think that it would be,
versions of the
because I think the first FNAF World is connected
to the crazy. I think we are
to the current story.
I would maybe guess it's going to be its own self-contained story, though. I don't know. I'd love to see how they incorporate this game into the modern lore, or if it's going to only really focus.
Security Breach 2 is pretty much confirmed. There was a new Vanny design revealed by Steelwool, and in the eyeball there's a 2 written in the Security Breach font. So it's definitely either a Security Breach 2 or a Ruin 2. There's not really any denying that. So
focus on how they incorporate this game into the modern lore, or if it's going to only really focus on the old lore. Like, is this going to answer questions from Scott's old games? That's something that I am so excited to see, but I cannot believe after nearly 10 years we are getting FNAF World 2. I love.
Listen, man, it's not nearly 10 years. It's over 10 years. FNaF World came out January 2016. It is August 2026. By the time this game comes out, it'll probably have been more than 11 years. So
FNaF World. And FNaF World, you know, it had mixed reactions as far as Scott is concerned, but it's widely loved in the
I
community.
don't think so.
People might have not liked how it looked back then, but it has really grown on people, and I think it's amazing. I think Scott's humor is amazing. I think Scott's models and everything, it fits so well, and his style is so nostalgic in a way. There's not really much to say about this because it's just the number 2 with the adventure animatronics, which is already crazy enough, but there's a little bit more to say when it comes to Security Breach 2, which I cannot believe we got both of these in the same day. So let's go on to Security Breach 2. So as you can see, Steelwool tweeted today on the FNaF anniversary a guess
Johnny,
the character
hey?
post. So they've been doing these guess the location posts, guess the character posts to see how fast you can guess what the character is that they're trying to show you. I'll just let it play while I'm talking. It says, how fast can you identify this Five Nights at Freddy's character? Comment your score. Ready? And it kind of takes a second to start, and then we slowly start to see Vanny on screen. But right before Vanny's face gets filled out, we get a glitch. And in that glitch is this. This is inside the glitch. A new version of Vanny. And as you can see, in Vanny's eyeball is the number 2 in the Security Breach font. We are officially getting Security Breach 2. In
Or Ruin
Daco's
2.
charity livestream, Scott Cawthon said in
Would
his
be kinda
comments
weird for
that
a Ruin 2,
a sequel
though.
is being worked on, not a 3, a 2. And we kind of thought, oh, maybe it's FNaF Security Breach 2, maybe it's Sister Location 2, maybe it's FNaF World 2. It ended up being both FNaF World 2 and Security Breach 2, which is nuts. But yeah, as you can see, we have a new version of Vanny here, which honestly looks closer to what Mix's looks like in Ruin. We'll talk about that in a second, but this is also another look at the new Vanny. Thank you to Fusion Z Gamer and Johnny Blocks for these screenshots. This is another look at the Vanny. It's a full render. It honestly looks like concept art. I'm guessing it is probably concept art, but it is like this new metallic looking Vanny. Like, she's not in the all white costume anymore. The Vanny mask looks similar, but it's way more creepy. It's like a nightmare animatronic version of Vanny. It's like we had that hallucinogenic gas. In Daco's interview with Scott Cawthon, he said that he really likes Vanny as a character, and he thinks she deserves more time to shine. He wanted to see more of Vanny. Maybe we could redeem Vanny one day.
I've always really liked Vanny as a character. I don't think that Vanny was utilized to her fullest potential, and so hopefully we'll see another opportunity for Vanny to return as well. We'll see.
We didn't see much of Vanny in Security Breach, and it looks like they are taking another stab, no pun intended, at Vanny, trying to make her creepier, gonna make her more a bigger part of the game. As you can see, it kind of looks like she's holding a knife here. I don't know if that's just a regular Vanny behind her ear, but honestly, it kind of does look like a knife.
Yeah.
And they said, no RPG for this game. They said, we're bringing that knife back. Okay, so like I said, this kind of looks like Mixes from Ruin, like with the teeth and the smile and everything. That begs the question, is this a prequel or a sequel? I don't know. Maybe
I don't think that's
this
what
is
begs that
Mixes
question.
was based off of. Maybe this older version of Vanny is what Mixes was based off of. Whoever made Mixes based it off of that. I have no idea. Or it's a sequel and Vanny is still around and she upgraded her costume. That's kind of the only ways I could see this going. Either this is an older version of Vanny's costume and she upgraded it to the newer version that we see in Security Breach. She kind of made it more tamer, or it's a new version of the costume. This is interesting because we kind of thought Vanny was done. Like, we thought in Help Wanted 2 that was kind of the end of Vanny. We thought in Security Breach the Princess Quest ending was canon and Gregory freed Vanessa from the Vanny persona in that game, and Vanny was kind of over with now, but it looks like they want another stab at her. So I wonder how they're gonna bring her back. Is this still Vanessa? Is this another person in the Vanny persona that's been taken over by Glitchtrap? Which is interesting because Glitchtrap is now gone too in Help Wanted 2. He got smushed in Help Wanted 2. So how is this going to work? Like, this is fascinating to me. Maybe it could be Cassie. I mean, there's two endings in Ruin that's bad for Cassie. One of them where she's wearing the Vanny mask and she kind of loses it. She sees Freddy and Vanessa sitting on a hill. Or The elevator drops and she's stuck in the basement with the Vanny mask and with the Mimic. This could maybe be Cassie, but it honestly looks like an adult. Like, it looks like an adult woman. So it's even taller, it looks like, than the original Vanessa, which kind of lends credence to it being a new person. I don't know, like, it could be anything. It's hard to talk about this without more information, but I cannot wait for an official teaser trailer or something sometime in the future so we have more to talk about. But this is Steel's official announcement of Security Breach 2, and I could not be more excited. There's so much more to talk about with this, and I will make sure to make another video or live stream talking way more about this, but I just thought I'd let you guys know what is going on. We have FNaF World 2, we have Security Breach 2, we have a real Freddy Fazbear's Pizza coming to the American Dream Mall in New Jersey. This has just been a crazy day
It's in New Jersey?
for FNaF, and I'm so
I know New Jersey and New York are right next to each other, so I guess it could be either. But
Scott and Steel and Megacat Studios and Scott Games for,
because it's
all
like
of
really
this
close to
stuff.
Manhattan,
This is
I'm pretty
exactly
sure.
what we needed. I'm so hyped for all this stuff. I'm so hyped to go to the pizzeria, the real life pizzeria in New Jersey. It's just been an amazing day, and I'm so eternally grateful. We are so back. Get hyped for all this stuff, because you know I am. I'll be playing these games, talking about these games for the rest of my life. So thank you guys so much for watching. Happy anniversary to Five Nights at Freddy's, and I'll see you in the next video.
it is.
Bye-bye.
Okay. What the fuck is this ad? What is this ad? Why is there a living finger being cut off? What the fuck? Oh god, what the fuck was that? Okay. Well. Fuck. Okay. Okay, we got a couple more things we got to react to. What channel was that in? Sorry, I'm just searching for something specific that I wanted to check out later in the stream. What are you guys talking about in chat? Are you more into FNaF lore or mainly just FNaF? Well, I like theorizing a lot about the game. I like the games as a whole, but they're not my favorite games of all time. It's probably like my second or third favorite franchise, like game franchise. My favorite is Resident Evil. I don't know what would be second other than FNaF. Uncharted, probably, actually. Uncharted would probably be second. By the end of my GTA run, maybe that'll be third or something. I don't know. That's dumb. Where is... There it is. Okay. No, that would not work. Yeah, I saw both movies. You were in a cosplay group for Resident Evil? That's kind of cool. Oh. Yeah, probably everybody here has seen the movies. Reactions are allowed anyway. You'll still get copyrighted for reacting to something. And reacting to a reaction won't make you get copyrighted less. That's good. Okay. Next thing we got to talk about. This is one I was not expecting, but it's pretty cool. Now, I haven't watched this yet, so I don't know. Oops. So I am going into this blind. Mostly. I know what it is, but I don't know anything about it yet. Okay. You plan to see the third movie? Yeah, obviously. Okay. So. Now, genuinely, this is not something I ever expected to see. And when I did see it, I didn't even realize who it was. And then I realized, and I was like, holy shit, it's him. Alright, guys. Here it is. This is Freddy Pop Collector. I don't know if you guys know who Freddy Pop Collector is, but he's a YouTuber who used to make a lot of FNaF videos, and then he disappeared for years, and now he's come back, and he's making a fan film about Lonely Freddy, the Fazbear Fright story. This was announced on the anniversary. And when I saw it, I was like, holy shit, that's cool. So I wanted to watch this on stream. I haven't seen the teaser. I've watched like the first 5 seconds of the teaser, roughly. So I want to actually watch it like in full. I also watched it muted. So like the first 5 seconds that I watched, I only saw it muted. So I want to watch this, and then I want to look at his Instagram post that he made about it. So, you guys ready? Let's go. It's really cool, Freddy. I guess this guy's Alec. There's an endoskeleton, that's cool. Is that a Lonely Freddy? Whoa. That was the,
What's your biggest regret, Alec?
That's the one, that's the Lonely Freddy. November 6th. Whoa. Static, that's his new name. FNaF Static. Nice, that's cool. That was actually really cool. I'll definitely be watching this when it comes out. So, I want to break this down. So there's a bunch of arcades here, and this guy is Alec. Yeah, that's it. This guy's Alec. What's his sister's name in the story? Is it Hazel or something like that? Let me check, actually. Yeah, Hazel. So it's Hazel's birthday, and he's at Freddy's, which he loves. Hello? What happened to the sounds? Dude, there we go. Okay, my headphones were slightly unplugged. This is really cool. So this is Freddy, like the normal Freddy Fazbear, and he's just standing right next to him. There's a celebrate image on the table. That's cool. There's a really cool like set that they made for this, and the little girl is Hazel. And he's like, "Fuck, I want to be here for my birthday." Okay. So there's a bunch of like there's an endoskeleton foot and leg on the right, or on the left, and there's an actual endoskeleton on the right. There's the little Lonely Freddy. That's Hazel looking at, I think, a Lonely Freddy. It looks really low to the ground. There's a bunch of plushies of the Core 4. There's a plush trap chaser on the left. That's really cool. There's a poster of Lonely Freddy's there. What does that say? It says Lonely Freddy. What does that say? Meet Lonely Freddy. Okay. There's the Yarg Foxy, which is Captain Foxy from Help Wanted. Okay, that looked like it was him getting possessed, right? It looks like this is him staring at the Lonely Freddy and he's dropping that. Like he's falling as he's getting possessed. There's the Lonely Freddy. I think that's the very end of the story when the Lonely Freddy is like tossed into the garbage. And then this is him, because normally he has green eyes. I don't think he had green. I don't think the actor has green eyes. Let me actually check. Does he? It's kind of hard to tell in this lighting, but I don't think he has green eyes. Either way, he like switches eye colors. Now he has blue eyes, like the Lonely Freddy does. You can see Freddy in the background, and he's looking at the little Lonely Freddy who is Alec, right? What's your biggest regret, Alec? This looks really cool. That's cool. Alright. I really like that. That actually looks really cool. Let me look at his Instagram post. Let's see. Bringing Lonely Freddy to life over the last 15 months has been a life-altering experience. I'll never be able to express the enormous gratitude and respect I have for every one of the 54 individuals I collaborated on this film. That's a lot of people. That's actually really cool that he managed to do that. I couldn't have made this happen without everyone bringing their 100% from every pre-production meeting to shoot date. Thank you to all my fans as well. Your support is what allows me to tackle bigger and bigger projects. It's all for you, and as long as I'm able, I'll always make the best stuff I can. I have a lot more behind the scenes, but I won't spoil all the cool shots yet. Lonely Freddy releases November 6th, 2026. Happy 12th anniversary, Five Nights at Freddy's. Absolute FNaF. Yeah, that's really cool. I like that a lot. I'm actually super excited for that. I'll 100% I'm gonna watch that when it comes out. Okay, that's cool. I actually Freddy Pop Collector and I have actually followed each other on Instagram since before he stopped making videos. So like I had already been following him, and I was like, I don't recognize that name. And then I clicked on it, and then I realized who it actually was. And I was like, holy shit, he's making a Lonely Freddy fan film. It's really cool. All right. I think there's only one other thing to do. And it's not a huge thing. It's just a fun little side thing. So I'm going to pull it up right now. We probably won't do this for the rest of the stream, but we'll do it for at least a little longer. Or for at least a little bit. Alright. So, right now, we are swapping over, and we're going to be playing a little fan game. I believe this was... Hold on, let me check. This was made by Phil LeBrave. And it's Five Nights at Freddy's Guess Who, which is cool. So, this is just a demo, so I just wanted to play it, because it seems cool. This is a cool title screen. I like it a lot. What is this? Is this all the animatronics that are in this? That is a lot of characters. Okay. Oh, that's actually really cool. It shows like all the details of all the characters. That's cool. Freddy Fazbear is the leader of the Fazbear Band and its main vocalist. At night, he stalks the halls of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza through the darkness until he reaches the right door. Poor Night. That's Mike Schmidt. That's cool. Not that many. It's still kind of a lot. Like, there could be way more, but it's definitely a lot. Okay, how do we go back? Only in full version. What does only in full version mean? That button sends me back. Okay. Let's play. Choose your game mode. Okay, those are only in the full version. Cool that there's going to be that many things, though. 5 Laps of Freddy's is probably not going to be part of this by the end. FNaF World and Halloween Edition? Okay. There are more settings that will be available, yeah. There's a lot of stuff, damn. It's like Scott's old stuff, okay. We'll do at least one of each of them. Is there a way you can do all of them at once, though? I would kind of want to do that. So how is this going to work? My character is Freddy. So how is this going to work? Okay, so I'm just choosing which... I'm just crossing off the right ones. So is this like a tutorial? Or... How does... What? End of 01. I would expect it to not tell me. I'm crossing that off. Okay, what? I'm so confused. I'm just crossing off the ones that aren't my character. That is not how I would think that this would work. Is this even a game? Like, what is going on? I'm so confused. My character is dead child. If I admit defeat, okay. What happens if I claim victory? Okay, hold on. Settings. I am so confused. Is it meant to be 2 players? Yeah, but I don't think there is a... Like... Claiming victory when I haven't won. I got the dead child again. What is going on? This doesn't seem like it's supposed to be like this. Yeah, maybe it is a 2-player thing. I think maybe it's just a guess who. And you're supposed to be... one person is playing as a game, and one person is supposed... I think just two different people need to be, like, in a call, separately playing the game or something. That's kind of a weird way to approach that, but okay. It's kind of interesting. So I can't play it, but... still kind of cool. Okay. Let me look back at the, I didn't actually read the description or anything, so... Let me see. Yeah, it says go against your friends in the gameplay reminiscent. Okay. Yeah, it's just a multiplayer thing. Okay. I thought it would be kind of... I think, yeah. Okay. If you're doing it like with friends, then that's cool. I just didn't realize that it was you can't play it if you don't have someone else also playing it. It's kind of a weird way to approach that, but I kind of get it. Okay. That's cool though. Okay, so, is there anything else we want to do for today? I think I'm pretty much done everything that I wanted to do. Um, here's an idea. Before we do end the stream, I want to ask you guys a question. With everything that was announced the other day, to put it into internet terms, is FNaF back? Like, is it kind of redeemed for, like, the mistakes that it's been making recently? Because my personal opinion is that none of what we got the other day fixes any of the issues that we've had previously, but it is a step in the right direction. I think it's a good thing that we have actual announcements now, because my whole thing with the reason that I was critical of the fact that there was never any announcements or teasers or anything is because one of the coolest parts of FNaF is whenever there's a new teaser, analyzing it is really fun. Like, so it gives a lot more people stuff to talk about for the series, where we start talking about what could happen next, right? So, what I love about these teasers is that they actually allow you to do that. Specifically, FNaF World 2 and Security Breach 2, they give you something to talk about. However, I do think that Steel Wool's approach is still kind of weird. I think that it's awesome that they announced it, and I think that it is cool that it's like kind of like an Easter egg in something that's kind of a normal post of theirs. But the thing is, I feel like they haven't approached anything very well recently, just because most of the things they've posted seem like they could be teasers or hints towards something, but we haven't gotten any indication of what that is. And I understand that they were saving things for this day, and that's fine, I understand that. But I feel like this isn't the day to do, like, obviously, like, it's a very clear cut, this is an announcement for the next game that they're working on. But I also think that it's the anniversary of FNaF. It's not exactly the time to post, like, an obscure post like that. I feel like it's the time to post an actual announcement, maybe with an image or something. But, like, maybe, like, you could have the stuff hidden. Like, you don't have to, like, show off the Vanny design. But maybe do, like, an announcement of the next game and then have the Vanny design hidden somewhere, rather than it be, like, a normal obscure post and then a random glitch in it, if that makes sense. Like, what I love about Freddy and Friends is that it was, like, its own thing that is clearly not just meant to be, like, a random fun puzzle post or whatever. Freddy and Friends was, like, a whole animation, and then there was glitches throughout. This is like a random guess the character, and there's a glitch in it. Like, I think that's cool, but I think for the anniversary, they could have definitely approached it a little bit better. But I don't know. I think it's good that we got like an actual teaser, and that it's very clearly an announcement for a new game. I just don't think they approached it the best way. I don't personally mind, but I think it's a step in the direction in the right direction that they're teasing something. I don't think this was the best way to tease it for an anniversary. Like, if they did this before the anniversary, hinting at something that we would get in the anniversary. Like, say 2 days ago, we got that guess the location, and it was the theater from what's it called? It was the theater from Secret of the Mimic. We got that, right? How about instead of doing that, you do the Vanny teaser on that day, you don't have the 2 in the eye, and then on the anniversary, you actually do a full teaser showing the next game. Whether it's like Security Breach 2, you have like a full announcement teaser. I know that's asking for a lot, but I feel like for the anniversary of FNaF, that's kind of more what you should do to gain hype. This definitely still gains hype, but I think if you did that instead, that would have had a lot more built up hype, and then it would give us a little bit more to talk about. We still have a lot to talk about. I'm not trying to sound like I'm disappointed or anything, or ungrateful about what we did get. I think what we got is really cool. I just don't think it's the best way to approach it for the anniversary, if that makes sense. But I don't know. Maybe you guys disagree. That's just my personal take on it. I still like it a lot. I miss Scott's original approach to doing teasers, where there was a hidden messages in the teasers. Steel kind of did that with the Vanny teaser, but not really, Yeah, I think that what Steel kind of misses about what's special about FNaF teasers is posting something and then having speculation about it. Like posting a teaser and then having speculation about what the teaser could mean. But what they do instead is they have just like small stuff that doesn't seem like it's going to be a teaser, and then it is. And that's cool. And there's like hi Ollie. But yeah, they have something that doesn't seem like a teaser, and then it is a teaser, and it's cool to be able to theorize about that. But I think that it would be a little bit better if they just released actual teasers, like the Ruin teaser. The Ruin teaser is a great example. We got a full image and a title, and we're like, holy shit, how do we interpret this? What is this? This is just like an image of a new Vanny and announcing it's Security Breach 2. That's cool. I'm just saying it's not exactly... It's cool to theorize about, but it's not enough... There's not enough stuff in the teaser that is like open to speculation, if that makes sense. It's kind of just Vanny. While in the Ruin teaser, you got who is this girl? Why is the Pizzaplex ruined? Why is the title Ruin? Why is Gregory on the monitors? You had like 3 different things that you could theorize about, 3 or 4 different things. Here you kind of just got one thing. It's like, okay, this is a Security Breach 2. What is this new Vanny design, right? I think that they kind of missed that. What's so special about teasers is how many different things you could spot in them and be like, holy shit, how do we interpret this? What is this? What is this hinting at? That kind of thing. I think that, obviously, the FNaF World 2 teaser didn't really do that either, but I feel like the announcement of FNaF World 2 is kind of... I think that's a little more acceptable because it is Mega Cat, and also because FNaF World 2, we've been waiting for that for almost 11 years. Security Breach 2 is something that we're like, okay, we feel like we should have gotten this announcement already. So now that we're basically all we have now for Security Breach 2 is the fact that it exists and there's a new Vanny designed in it. And that's fine. FNaF World 2, is like, we can speculate about whether it's going to have lore, what other characters will be in it, all that kind of stuff, what the story will be. With this one, you just have the question of, what's the story of Vanny going to be here? Is this still the same Vanny? Blah, 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 blah. So, I think what we got is cool. I just think that it kind of loses what was kind of special about the Ruin teaser, which was how, like, there's multiple different things to theorize about, rather than just, like, multiple different things to theorize about inside the teaser. That's not including the whole idea of, like, oh, this is following the Burn Trap ending. Gregory is patient 46. It's not including that. The question is, why is Gregory missing? And why is the Pizzaplex ruined? They kind of, like, work with each other, but they're 2 separate questions, right? So, I think that's cool, so that we can theorize maybe it's the water park that they've been teasing recently, but you also can't... But that's not within the teaser itself. So... yeah, I just think what's in the teaser is kind of important to kind of minimize, if that makes sense. Guxio, I don't know how to pronounce that, but you just subscribed. Thank you. But yeah, I just think there could have been a little bit more to the teaser. Again, not trying to sound ungrateful. I just think that's usually what has worked best in the past, and I'm a little confused as to why they didn't do that this time, if that makes sense. So I don't know. It's I don't really mind that much. It's fine to me, but like I do think it could have been done a little bit better, but I'll still play it. Like I'm not gonna not play it, and I'm not gonna not make theories about it or anything, you know. So anyway, I think I'm probably gonna end the stream now. So, but before I do that, well, not before really, I need to download GTA Vice City because I'm streaming that in like 2 days. So I gotta download that. I love how your subscribe image is an old photo of you. What? My what is where? What are you talking about? The message that pops up when someone new subscribes. Oh, I didn't even notice that. I haven't looked at that in a while. I mostly look at the name, not the image that pops up. Let me actually check. I'm gonna go back in the stream a little bit. Oh yeah, it is that. I forgot about that. I think I should leave it. I should leave it at that. But it's a funny image. Should play Black Ops 2 Zombies on stream sometime. I'll probably play it at some point on the second channel with other Evan. Don't know when though. Now my question is, do I want to end the stream? I'm okay for it. Do I want to end the stream and then start another stream and play Vice City on the second channel right now? Or do I want to end the stream and go work on a video? I think the latter option. And then I'll play Super Mario Sunshine tomorrow. Scare me into ending the stream. Everything you do scares me. Work on video lock in. I mean, my next video is not going to come out until like Saturday. So, what's the video? It'll probably be about Security Breach 2. Will you at least watch It Doesn't Matter after the stream? Maybe. We'll see. You won't just because of you. I never said that. I don't think. Did I say that? I don't think so. Fred is gaslighting me. All right, well, I think I'm going to end the stream now. I'm going to end the stream now. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe if you want to. Like I said, my next video will probably be this Saturday. I don't know for sure, but probably. He gets gaslit very easily. Yeah. Also, like I said, I am going on a trip with my friends on the 18th. So I'll probably... So, usually I try not to release a video on a day that I'm streaming. That's why my next video will probably be on Saturday. It might be on Friday, because I do have work all day on Friday, too, so I can't stream that day. We'll see. But I'll probably release one video on Friday or Saturday, and then I'll probably release another video on the 18th or 19th. So, anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys!